You'll be amazed to hear what I say now. The training period was for 9 months for this process. Okay, and you can imagine the BPO world, 9 months, people like stay for 3 months, 2 months, right? So by the time we train, the person is already out, right? So the event in the ramp up is not complete. And the quality levels were at 95%. You can imagine the 5% error rate, factory shutting down, online sales, offline sales shutting down. And it's all being caused by a company which is sitting down in Bombay for a global company. Right? Fortunately or unfortunately, I was asked to move into this process because the person who was managing resigned. I didn't use Six Sigma in the method, a name out here, right? Because if I use that, oh no, you go ahead and solve the problem. Let's not go in that route. But I used that methodology of Six Sigma, what I had learned, the tools, FMEA, and all of those tools, right? Started getting deep down into the process, right? In my own way, I followed the entire DMAC model, right? The problem statement was defined. We also had gone ahead and collected all the data points, and we started analyzing what's going wrong, what can be done, how can we go ahead and solve the problem. We went in deep into it. We did some pilots of few people whom we took out, basically who joined because there was attrition happening naturally. We brought in and he said, okay, let's do 2 weeks of training and 2 months of ramp up. Right? 2 weeks of training, 2 months of ramp up. And first batch, we didn't get the good results. When I said good results, because we basically, if the original ramp up was showing some curve, the new curve also met that. But I said it was meeting the target, right? It was originally meeting the target of what a 9-month-old person would give in probably in 2.5 months. We went deep dive into it. I said, okay, training cannot only be the reason of going ahead and solving the problem. There were a lot of other things. We went down into how people are actually looking at quality, how people are basically measuring quality, or how people are actually going ahead and doing self audits. We looked at tools, technology. We looked at everything, right? And we deployed a lot of solutions. Again, I can't go ahead and talk more about the solutions which we deployed. When we deployed it, the quality from 95 within 3 months jumped to 99%.
You can call it late delivery penalties, which is to the tune of 0.5% per week delay to a maximum 5% of the order value, which goes in few lakhs of rupees. When we started, this project, or 3 years back, in the whole year, I'll just give the figure directly, we paid almost 9.5 lakhs of LD penalties in the whole year, and to the business of, you can say, 40-45 crores. The next year, after our implementation of these 4-5 projects, I can tell you later on what the projects were, we brought it down to 2.4 lakhs in the next year. And please mention that the business is also growing. From 45 crores, we went to 76 or something crores, our turnover. The next year, the last year which we closed, of course we closed in September actually. September 2009, the liquidity penalty which we paid was 20,000 rupees on the turn of 104 crores. In terms of, I say, percentage of on-time deliveries, like I said, now we are hitting 100% continuously. Earlier it was in the tune of 70 to 75% on-time deliveries. So that is a big.
Around 10% of the invoices used to get blocked, means it is blocked for discrepancy or challenge. So those invoices, if it is blocked, means vendor will not get payment on time. So the impact is we will have shipment hold in factories, so they won't get the materials on time, so the complete line will be down. That is one of the biggest project. We have taken it for almost all the 60 sites of Asia, Americas and Europe, and now we have been able to reduce the blocked invoices to less than 20%, which was initially overall, when we set up the baseline, it was around 50 to 60%. That is one of the key projects which helped in reducing the work for GCC AP employees as well as the site buyers. Next, one of the projects was to improve the percentage of first touch invoices. So as I said, earlier project was a reduction of blocked invoice. This project, we at AP receive around 5 lakh invoices per month across all the 3 regions. So out of that 5 lakh invoices, even if 10% of the invoices get blocked, 50,000 invoices. So that much invoice goes to next level of reworking. So we just started a project, how we can increase our one touch percentage. It is right now at 90%. So we want to move to the next level of 95%. So if we improve 5%, so we can pass another 25,000 invoices. with the first touch itself. So that will help the AP to reduce their work as well as the buyers. Next big project is on duplicate invoices. So in AP, as I said, we receive 6 million invoices per year. Out of that, 20% goes for duplicate. Means almost around 10 lakhs invoices, which comes as duplicate. Means vendor uploads the invoice or sends the invoice or mails the invoice more than once. So the moment it is duplicate, because in our package, unless we open the invoice, we don't know. Our AP guys, processors won't be able to know what exactly it is. So they need to spend almost 70% of the time they spend to process a good invoice. So it is taking 20% is a big volume in terms of the huge rework as well as to the AP processors. They need to spend almost. So we initiated the project in all the 3 regions, and right now we are standing at 5%. From 20% we have been able to bring it down to 5%. So it is a very challenging project because it is not a one-time fix. The moment I said we reduced it to 5%, we have to keep on sustaining it on a monthly basis, because every month vendors send new invoices, right? That's one of the, and it helps us to improve the productivity as well, because people are spending good time in good invoices, as well as vendors, whenever they ask the feedback for the invoices, in our system we say it is ready for payment. Earlier it was not like that. We have huge invoices backlog because of the duplicate. So we used to go back and tell them invoice is not in system. So again they will upload, and when we process, it is already in system. It is already. That's a good project. Next project, which I recently am on the verge of completing, that is in AR collections. So in all the Flextronics sites of Americas and Asia, we have collection center here. So we used to receive money from the customers, but because of lack of information as which account it relates to, which customer it relates to, we used to have huge unapplied cash. So in collection we call it as unapplied cash. So the unapplied cash, based on metrics, we used to have almost around 5 million cash, $5 million of cash which is received, but it is not applied to any customers' cash. Our AR aging will go up. So because they are not able to allocate it to which customer it related. So we just completed the project, and we found some of the root causes, like they were not giving the remittance advice properly, they were making excess payment, and some other root cause which we analyzed, and right now we are standing at 2.5 million, and our goal is to reach 1 million. That is one big project in here. In credit as well, we done a project. Credit is basically the team which.
When I did couple of improvement project in Tata Steel galvanizing process, it gave a significant benefit to the company. In terms of monetary benefit, it was somewhere around 69 lakhs per annum. So that's where I got motivated toward this Six Sigma program.
I started this actually with the green belt, then black belt, and I'm currently doing the master black belt. It's just a journey of 6 months, but the kind of difference it has made to me personally and my hotel is tremendous. Not to say that the kind of feedback, the kind of help I got from VK and the team, I was able to bag the most innovative hotelier of the country award in 2010.
To reduce the cycle time in the purchase ordering process, that project had really given me exposure in terms of all the phases, and then a Six Sigma project, not only in terms of applying the techniques, but also in terms of explain how to resolve the resistance from the other team members, and also how to get the buy-in from the senior people.
I think this is a course which every healthcare professional should go through. What happens is every clinician has got that administrator in them. Okay, now to refine that administrator or to redesign him so that he can help his patients better, or help his nursing home or his healthcare setup on a better way, and probably on a larger extent provide some amount of comprehensive healthcare to the fraternity. I mean, it is a very strong tool which has to be implemented, and I think every healthcare provider should go through it at least once.
Okay. All those were put in place, okay, and then we observed the system for another 6 months. Then we accepted, the sponsor also accepted that yes, it is a success, and then we closed the project. And through this, we, as I mentioned, previously it was taking 6.9 hours, we brought it up to 4.02 hours later on, so which was almost like any other system, any other module. And this project gave us almost maybe 45 lakhs saving, this project per annum.
And I have seen black belts; those have brought significant improvement, breakthrough improvements to the bottom line of the business. And specifically in last 2 years, when the global meltdown, financial sectors went significantly down, and everywhere the cost pressures were there, a lot of things happened. And I have experienced, I have seen my friends, my colleagues doing excellent job during that period, helping the business to come out of that. And so what it matters is learning statistics is must to be a black belt, but on top of that, having a business inclination is critical. So maybe we could have touched about that. The black belt role starts understanding the business. So anytime you get a problem, you need to know what's the business problem, convert that to a statistical problem, get a statistical solution, and when you give back to business, give a business solution.
Six Sigma journey started in 2009, where I started a project to increase tracing of customers who are skip customers. And by the end of the project, we ended up from 1.1 million in skip collections to 2.15 million UAE dirhams. Then, because of this, I actually won the AVP Employee of the Year 2009. Then in the year 2010, I did a Greenbelt project, that is to increase the RPC percentage of collections. And using the Six Sigma and Lean tools, we ended up a total hard save of $187,000, which was one of the best projects considered for the year.